Welcome back to another episode on the Up the Score page. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the NFC North. Up the Score page. That's two episodes in a row. I just watched the intro. Up the Score show. My bad. But in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the NFC North. Episode 218. We literally just got done recording episode 217 like 20 minutes ago. But we at the point where the NFC South was so sweet that we need to go in and talk about the best division. We talked about the worst. Now it's time to talk about the best. And I'm going to let the spin the wheel once again decide which team we talk about first. This is a crazy division. I can't wait to see who we talk about first, actually. I'm excited to talk because that last division was kind of boring. And no, yeah. I was gonna say, imagine we getting the Packers and Leafs just decided to go AFK, but Lions. Is this the team that's the favorite to win the division? I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Frank Ragnow retiring is kind of like a big thing too to me, bro. Like,
yeah, it's a big piece of their offensive line.
That's huge news. They got pieces though. Like, this is a team. I'm about to pull up the depth chart. I'm pretty sure they got an offensive lineman in the interior I liked in the draft though. I think they probably foreseen that. Who did they get in the draft? Nah. Oh, they got a Tyleek Williams out of Ohio State who I like. Maybe they got D-line defensive tackle. They have DJ Reader and Lee McNeil. Like, I really like that Tyleek Williams pick in the first round, to be honest.
No. No. They just moved Graham Glasgow over to the center. That's what it looks like.
Okay. But they ain't draft no one, huh? No, they ain't draft no one. But, like, they still got Penny Sewell, Tyler Decker. Oh, no. Tate Ratledge. They did draft on someone. Out of Georgia. He's a power and run blocker. And they moved Graham to center.
No.
So it's not terrible. Their O-line is still gonna be a thing.
Yeah, they lost Ragnow and Zeiler.
Yeah, but Tate Ratledge literally plays like Zeiler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was my comparison for him actually. No, they chilling. They chilling with the O-line. Run game is still their run game. Jamison Williams was actually healthy and looked decent last year too.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I don't really know what I think about this team though, Nick. Like, I feel like you reached a ceiling with Jared Goff. I'm sorry, dude. You remember when we were doing a mock and I told you if Shedeur was available for the Lions, would you take him? That happened, Nick.
What?
I would have took Shedeur over Tyleek Williams and still get Tate Ratledge. I think that's the Lions' problem, bro. They're so like calm. No, this team cool. It's just Jared Goff.
Yeah,
Jared Goff.
I do agree with you. I feel like they did reach their ceiling. My opinion, I think they reached their ceiling.
Yeah, but at the same time, this team's not bad though, bro. They still got Brian Branch, who's developed. Their safety duo is still developing, Nick. They're and Teron Arnold. They have 3 DBs who are good and developing. Like, maybe they're just gonna.
Oh, they got DJ Reed too, bro.
Yes, bro. And you remember, I'm always telling you he better than Sauce. Like,
oh God.
They got 3 guys who are getting better and developing with DJ Reed. Like,
and they got Jack Campbell developing. They're gonna get Aiden Hutchinson back.
Zach Cunningham is like not ever like bad to me.
Yeah.
This team,
Oh
like, I don't know
man,
where I got them landing, bro. We gotta just look at their schedule. We gotta look at their schedule.
what play
Green.
week one? Green Bay. Ooh, oh shit! Oh my god! Banger after banger after banger
Dude,
into a fucking dog shit to a banger to another banger to another banger to another one
dude,
to another one to another one. Another one, another one, another one. Oh my god. Jesus fuck. Holy
dude.
man.
A lot. Okay, Nick. How? I don't know how comfortable I am on this being a playoff team.
Bro, this can bro. The NFC East and the NFC North are fucking playing each other. And the NFC North has to go up against the AFC fucking North. Not the AFC North, the AFC West. Oh no, because
I
they only
think you're
play.
right. The
No,
Baltimore
no, no, no.
Browns. No,
Oh no,
no,
the
no.
AFC
Baltimore
North,
Browns,
AFC North. Yeah.
Steelers, and Bengals. Yeah. Nah, this is scary. Like, I don't know if I do. Okay. Let's do the math. Packers is a 50-50. Packers might be a win. I don't really like the. I think the Packers can finish last in their division. Nick. I can see them finishing last before first. I might give the Lions the win week one.
Chicago's a tough one too,
So you
bro.
think? All right. So do you think out of the Green? Okay. So from Green Bay and Chicago, we're gonna give them one win out of the first 2 weeks.
At least one, yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna give them one win, and then Baltimore. Is that a win? 50-50?
Another 50-50.
So 1.5. And then the Browns, is that a win?
That's a win. I think Cincinnati's a win too.
The Browns, dude.
Browns ain't
Oh,
doing shit. They don't got no quarterback, bro. Stop it. Stop
they
it.
got
Stop it. Stop it.
they
Stop it.
got
Stop it.
options at
Stop
quarterback,
it.
man.
Stop it. 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 Stop it.
Okay, Nick. Okay.
You think
What
a
I'm
young team? You think a young team like that is beating a veteran team in the Lions right now, where they're up and coming still?
no, but what I'm
Yeah,
saying
exactly.
is
Just
this.
give it to the Lions. Give it to the
Look,
Lions.
I think the Browns.
Undoubtedly.
I think the Browns are in the position to where they could be like an
They're not.
upgrade.
They're not in win now mode. You know that for a fact. They're not in win now
Okay,
mode.
by week four, we'd find out if they have the offensive rookie of the year. Though, if the Browns have an offensive rookie of the year at quarterback, they can win a Super Bowl, Nick. In my opinion, with
No.
with how they drafted, but it's
Mm-mm.
only if
Mm-mm.
they have an offensive rookie of the year at quarterback.
No.
If not, this is what I was telling you earlier in the year. By week four, you'll know if you want to trade Myles Garrett or not. But like, if you have an offensive rookie of the year at quarterback, anything's possible. That Browns team is deep everywhere else. But I'll get the Lions the win. I just think that Browns team is not bad, Nick.
No.
The quarterback though, like they need
I
an
don't.
offense. Yeah, I feel you though. I feel you, bro. I feel you. So
Mm-mm.
so 1.5,
Cincinnati, I'm
two,
giving them the win too.
2.5. So now it's at 3.5. And then
Kansas City.
well, you want to put it at 4?
They're gonna beat Kansas City.
I'm gonna put it at 4 though. Like I think Kansas City could beat this team.
I think Kansas City could beat this team too, but
Yeah.
I think the Lions are probably gonna.
Yeah, so we're gonna split it and put it at 4. So in the first 6 weeks, we got them at 4 wins. That's not bad.
Yeah.
And then the Buccaneers.
Tampa's a tough opponent. Oof, man. Tough,
I'm
man.
giving it 4.5, man.
I'd say it's a half. Yeah, it's like a half.
So they're
We're
going
at, we're,
into
at, we're at 5 with Minnesota. That's a half too, low key.
dude. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So they're exactly. So they're 5. We got them at like 5-4 right now. or no, 5-3 because they had their bye week. We have them losing coming off the bye week.
I have it half.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah,
50 with
yeah, yeah,
Minnesota.
yeah, yeah,
I ain't.
yeah. You're right. So Washington,
50-50 too. I
uh,
low key. I think they're gonna beat Washington this time. I think they will beat
yeah,
Washington.
me too. I'll give them Washington 6, and then Philly.
Philly, god damn, bro. What the fuck? Good
Philly.
luck, Lions. I'm sorry. Good luck. Good luck. Just good luck. Just GG's. Call it a year. Call it a year. Just GG's. Just tank.
we got.
Fuck it. At this point, tank. Get a quarterback. Fuck it. You're in
I
Super Bowl.
mean, we can give them 6.5. We can give them 6.5, Nick. If anyone could beat the Eagles, if
It
anyone
is.
could
It
beat,
is the Lions. It
yeah,
is the Lions. Okay.
we'll give
Yeah.
them 6.5.
Okay. They beaten the Giants. That's
Seven and a
seven and
half.
a half.
Did we give them half against the Packers earlier? Can I give them a full against the Packers?
I think they'll beat them at home. Oh, that's on Thanksgiving too. Oh no, the Lions are notoriously bad on Thanksgiving. They almost blew it to the Bears.
Oh my god, bro! You're not
I gotta
wrong,
give it.
bro.
I'm low key giving that to the Packers.
You're gonna give them an entire L.
I'm giving them an entire L on
You
Thanksgiving.
know
Yes.
what? Just because it's on Thanksgiving and it's the Lions, I'm gonna let it pass, bro. They do always lose on. That's crazy. And then the Cowboys. I'm gonna give them
They
one.
always had the Cowboys number. They've been
Yeah.
having the Cowboys
So
number.
what? That's 8.5. And then the Rams.
Rams.
That's 9 to me.
Yeah, that's 9. Pittsburgh, that's 10.
Pittsburgh is 9.5, bro.
No, that's 10. Pittsburgh, bro. Really, bro?
That
Really?
defense, bro. Jared
I
Goff.
granted it's the defense, but bro, they got a
Jared
better off.
Goff.
They have a better off. Aaron Rodgers or Jared Goff right now. Right now. At this point in their career. Jared Goff or Aaron
No,
Rodgers.
Jared Goff.
Exactly. All right. Lions win.
Yeah, but
Easy.
the Pittsburgh Steelers defense or the Lions defense.
I'm not a big fan of Pittsburgh's defense either, bro. They choke against really good offenses, bro.
Right. Oh, okay.
I've seen it time and time again. They choke against really good offenses.
What we at? 9.5 or 10?
10. I'm at 10.
All right, so 10. I'm cool with it. 10, and then 10.5, and then 11.
Yeah, I'd say no. I'll give them 11.5. I'll give them 11.5. They're gonna.
I mean, yeah. So like this is.
So we're around like 12 to
10 to
12.
Wins. 10 to 12 wins.
10 to 12 wins. Yeah.
This is a 10 to 12. Does 10 to 12 wins get you in the playoffs, Nick?
Yes.
It get you in the playoffs?
Yes.
Okay, so we got the line.
Low key. Who was the last seed in? Who was the 7th seed in the NFC last season? Was it the Packers?
Yes.
And they had 11 wins.
That's what I'm saying.
It's cutting it close.
Yeah, like they this is not Nick. I think to win a division, you have to have like 13 wins. Like,
I wouldn't say win the division, but I would say would make the playoffs. Yes, they're gonna. I feel like they're gonna make the playoffs at least. They'll definitely make the playoffs.
Yeah, they're gonna be like a 6-7 seed though. They're gonna maybe even 5, but I don't think they win the division. This Lions team is gonna be competitive though. We'll see. What's their ceiling in the offs?
What's their ceiling in the offs?
Yeah, you think this team can win the Super Bowl this year?
Super Bowl. That's their ceiling.
Man,
I'm not. You know what? I'll go down a little bit. I'll go NFC Championship. That's their ceiling. NFC Championship. Ceiling right there.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know the ceiling for this team, bro. Like this is a team that like they could miss the playoffs to me, or they could be. I could see a world where they make it far. Yeah. This is a weird team to me, and I think I'm overhating on Jared Goff a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. They also got Isaac Tesla, who he played kind of like what's buddy name Josh Reynolds. And Jared Goff love him some Josh Reynolds. This defense, no, that's a cool team. Like we said, we already talked about that. Time to spin the wheel, see what other team we talk about. Because Lions is a playoff team that, yeah, they can make the Super Bowl. They can make the championship game. They could miss the playoffs. They in a hard division. They in a hard division.
Don't be Packers because we gotta wait for Leaf.
Yeah,
All right, that's better. That's better.
Bears, dude. Nick, this is a team I can see being better than the Packers this year. Yeah. Um,
I could see that just by the acquisition of their head
Ben
coach,
Johnson.
Ben Johnson.
Yeah, and Bears defensive coordinator. Let me see who's their defensive coordinator because that will show Dennis Allen's their defensive coordinator. Nick,
Mm-hmm.
the Saints head coach last year.
Yep.
So that means that Ben Johnson already has a team that believes in him. Like he has somebody who's willing to go from like coach to defensive coordinator immediately just to coach alongside him.
Yeah.
And offense, I don't even really want to talk about it for the Bears. I think the Bears offense is a unit that's gonna perform this year, Nick. They added to the O line, Joe Thuney and Drew Dahlman. Um, Me personally, I would have took a left tackle such as Kelvin Banks or whoever was available. I would have took a left tackle, but they took one still in Aussie later on in the draft. They got Colston Loveland. This is not an offense I'm worried about. Caleb Williams played good last year, and he had a defensive mind at coach. So like this Bears team broke down after the defense broke down. Like
Yeah.
them messing up on like you remember they had a week where like they let Hail Mary and stuff. That's what broke this team. Shamar Turner, he is the he is exactly what Matt Eberflus always begged for. And the year that he leaves, they got two of them, and also Grady Jarrett. Was Grady Jarrett on this team last year?
No, he was on the Falcons.
So what Matt Eberflus wanted for almost half a decade in run defending defensive tackles, the Bears got two of them. The first year he's gone. They got Montez Sweat, who's always been good, and they got Dennis Allen, that defensive coordinator, who like he'll be able to work with those pieces too. Zy Frazier is someone who fell in the draft because how skinny he is, but in coverage he's good. Like
Yeah.
this Bears team, Leaf man, how bad do they got you shaking your boots on a scale from 1 to 10 as a Packers fan? It's a he don't even
My
know.
bad, my bad, my bad. My mic was muted. What was the question?
On a scale from 1 to 10, how bad do the Bears got you shaking your boots in the NFC North?
1.
I don't
I
know,
don't have
Leaf.
any belief in this team. What people have to recognize is like I've been a Packers fan for so long, and for many many years, the Bears have had better talent than us at a lot of different positions. Of course, outside of quarterback, and they have done nothing. They haven't scared me since. They haven't even scared me in the Brian Urlacher years. They haven't scared me in the Matt Forte years. They haven't scared me in any of those years. They haven't scared me in the Mitchell Trubisky years. They haven't scared me in none of those years because they are the Bears. I expect failure from them. That's all I expect from them. There's nothing to really there's nothing to really to discuss when it comes to the Bears, man. I know they're an accident waiting to happen. Whether you want to blame it on coaching staff or play calling or not allowing the talent to gel, just look at what happened. Uh, uh, uh they look the quarterback situation that they gone from was Buddy that's about to play for the Jets and now to Caleb Williams. It's gonna be a recycling door, bro. Like because they have better talent at the quarterback position since in years past, and now they don't know what to do with it now. So listen, defensively, I expect them to still fight early in the season, but there's nothing about this team that frightens me at all. Nothing.
Yeah, I disagree with you on that. I hate their running back room though. Like that's one thing that scares me. They're gonna ask Caleb Williams to air it out, but they got 12 personnel and Colston Loveland and Cole Komet now. I think Colston Loveland is easily gonna stay that starting tight end job. And while you got that, you got Luther Burden, who he reminds me of Kadarius Toney. but like Debo Samuel. I don't know how to explain it. Like what Debo does, but he moves like Kadarius Tony. Like Luther Burden's cool. Um, now this is a nice team. Caleb Williams, he played during the regular season at the same level of Jaden Daniels, stat wise, and he had a defensive mind at coach. Jaden Daniels still has a defensive mind at coach. Caleb Williams, he might get that new NFL offense before Jaden does and look better this year, especially with all these pieces he got on offense. They made the O line better. This is a legit team to the point where we got to look at their schedule. Um, Leaf, we did the Lions already. We had them as a 10 to 12 win team, 11 and a half exact, but 10 to 12 wins. So,
Mm-hmm.
so like they might not win the division. I don't know. I don't know. Well, that was the first team we did, but we on to the next team now, and Minnesota versus the Bears in week 1. I'm gonna give this a 50-50. I was talking about how I like JJ McCarthy, but this will be his first NFL game against uh, Dennis Allen minded team.
Yeah. Just to speak on most of the first game of the season. I don't think Minnesota is gonna miss a beat defensively. Brian Flores, as you know, is a mastermind. He knows what he's doing. Since he's got a hold in that team, easily one of the best defenses of football. Chicago, I think they have a significant amount of talent, but the problem is putting it all together. Realistically, not to be biased about it, but I got Minnesota winning that game. It's probably gonna be a low scoring game because JJ might struggle out the gate. You know how the NFL is. First
Yeah.
5 weeks, first 5 weeks, bro. Like those are like the feel out weeks and everything. So I will give Minnesota the edge in that game.
Yeah, but I can see that. But first week rookie quarterback, good defense.
True,
Anything can happen.
true.
Yeah. Any thoughts about this Bears roster before we start talking about the schedule y'all got?
I mean, I think the roster, in turn, player to player, the roster is pretty damn good. It's a very talented roster. Will they be able to put it all together? Will they be the Bears that I've always known? That's the main question. So I mean, with the
Okay.
roster, I give the roster B plus.
I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. So the Vikings, that's a 50-50 game. The Lions, is that's a L.
The Lions is definitely an L.
So we got them with half a win going into week 3.
Half a win going into week 3 against
The Dallas
Dallas.
Cowboys.
Um,
Is this a 50-50 game?
that is a 50-50 game. Cause Dallas, in the first 4 weeks, as we know, can get going. Um, if it was any other week after that, I might have gave it to the Bears, but it's gonna be the who's dumber than who game. I think that's gonna be what type of game that is. But that's a 50-50 game right there.
Yeah, so out of Vikings, Lions, and Dallas, we got them getting one win out of those. I
I
don't hate
I
that.
have them starting off 1-3.
I don't hate
Yes,
that. Yeah, one win out of those, and
one
then
and two.
Raiders.
Raiders, they should win that game. That's just should put
Is
them
that a,
two
is
and
that a
two.
team you should win though? They got Geno Smith,
Um,
Ashton Janty. I mean, that's a 50-50 game, no?
it could be a 50-50 game, but I mean, I guess if we want, like, once we get to the Raiders and see what they can be, we'll see. I mean, but as of right now, I'll give the Bears the edge, the slight edge.
Nick, you think this is a 50-50 game against the Raiders?
Nah. Bears win that easily.
Okay. 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 Well, I'll give it to the Bears.
I
So,
should be an a-hole and just have the Bears lose every game, bro. Because out of all the teams in the NFC in our division, the Bears disgust me the most. Their fan base disgusts me the most. But I'm gonna be generous about this. I'll give the Bears that win against the Raiders.
so we got them 2-2 in week 5, little bye week, and they're gonna play the Commanders out of it. Um, this is the definition of a half to me. They lost by a Hail Mary last year, and their team got better.
All right, so what game is that? That's the
The Commanders.
Washington game. I got Washington edging them out in that.
Yeah, but this is a definition of a 50-50 game. I'm gonna give this 2.5. And then the Saints is 3.5 because they should win.
Baltimore are probably gonna lose.
Yeah, so Baltimore's a L.
Cincinnati.
I think that's
50-50.
50-50. So that's a 4 wins right there.
Baltimore and Cincinnati, they should lose. They should beat the Giants.
So that's 5.
Minnesota. That's
50-50.
Minnesota. No, I think Minnesota's gonna hit their stride by that time, and I think Minnesota could get them again.
Yeah, but that's a 50-50.
Pittsburgh is a
I'm gonna have
50-50
that.
game. Philly, they
Yeah,
should get their ass kicked.
yeah.
And by that time, they got their bye week early. So that means if you got your bye week early, that means you're gonna have injuries late. So I expect us to beat the shit out of them twice. Cleveland, they should win. The 49ers is 50-50, and they should lose to Detroit.
I got them at 7, and I haven't counted any of the Green Bay games yet, or the San Fran or Detroit. How many times
Green Bay. I'm giving one to Chicago.
If we play them that late in the season, bro, like it's
bro,
good as
y'all almost lost 2 games to them. Y'all almost lost that first game if it wasn't for a block field goal. Y'all would have lost that first game if it was to a block field.
Yes, we would have went 0-6 in the division. Instead, we went 1-5 and still managed to get 11 wins. I highly doubt that happens again. We're going to win minimum at least 3 to 4 games in our division. Who's our starting corner now? If it ain't Jair, it's damn.
Exactly.
Gotta relook at the depth chart. I mean, but I don't. But here's the thing, Nick. I don't think that's gonna be the end or be all, bro. Like I think
I don't disagree.
I think by the reason why I say we're gonna beat them in both games is because in December, like all time against Chicago, bro, we are all time great. We are all time great against them. So like by the time November comes around, that's when we're gonna start making our strides. And I trust in my team to not have that that fallout that we had last season on our way to skipping all the way to the playoffs, and then we messed around and played, which eventually became the damn NFL champions, the Super Bowl champions in the Philadelphia Eagles. So I mean, I expect us to win both of those games.
You know what's crazy? I think I want to give the Bears at least 1. I'm leaning towards 1.5. That's why I'm gonna say 1.
Oh wait, so wait a second. It sounds like what? Hold on. Listen, call me crazy, but it sounds like we the worst team in our division this year.
I told
you can say your piece because you already told me. So
I told Nick while we were doing the Lions. It's crazy, but the Packers are closer to 4th than 1st, Nick. And we're gonna see how I talk. The Packers, not saying that like it's not even that they suck. They good. But are
the Lions and the Vikings and the Bears in terms of talent, bro? Like if you want to say that in terms of talent that they're better than us, that's fine. I don't have no problem with that. It's years where we had Aaron Rodgers and those teams were way more talented than us, way more talent. And y'all know what years I'm talking about. So
these weapons, like they're cool. They're cool. Look, when we get to the Packers, it sounds like we're gonna have a conversation. And
yes,
y'all gonna have to do some convincing to me. But I'm gonna give them 1 win against Green Bay. And Nick, do you know how much wins that puts them at?
Do you?
I believe it's 7. It's 7, and I'll just say
you believe
7, and then they're gonna play San Fran and Detroit. Do you see them getting a win out of San Fran and Detroit?
They could get 1.
So we're gonna go 7.5. Oh, this is a 6 to 8 win team. Dang, 7-9, and this is why Ben Johnson could win Coach of the Year. We just went over the team. It's like a 6 to 9 win team. I could see them in the playoffs, yo. and you need to win like 12 games to make the playoffs, especially in this division. I don't know how they do it, but last year I was kind of low on the Bears, Nick, when y'all was high on them. Now I'm high on them. I like what I saw out of Caleb Williams, Luther Burden. He's one of those guys that complain for the ball too much, but now he's in the NFL. He's a wide receiver 3. He could do the jet sweep stuff and throw teams off guard. Colston Loveland, he moved like a robot at tight end. This offense is dynamic, balanced. The only thing about it though is I just called it balanced, but I lied. They need to trade for a running back. If they trade for a running back during the season, this team is scary. I'm sorry, but nah. This team is nice to me, but this is a 6-9 win team. They need to trade for a running back. Yeah, that's what it is. Next team, we want to spin the wheel, see who we get, and almost want to talk about the Packers. Might just do it to the Packers, but Leaf just left, so no. As soon as
let's just talk about Vikings then.
Yeah. Leaf just left, so we got to talk about the Vikings and pull up their depth chart. This Vikings team ain't bad. This Vikings team, I might be a little too high on them, Nick. I think they win the division, bro. Dude, JJ McCarthy. Y'all, we are doing the NFC North, and North fans, if you're listening to Up the Score, you're probably a super fan because we're not the biggest channel out there. And you've seen JJ McCarthy too. JJ McCarthy is crazy. Like, I'm sorry, Nick.
JJ they did get Jonathan Allen.
Bro, JJ McCarthy looks perfect. And look at the roster, Nick. I've never look. I didn't watch JJ McCarthy in college. Did you watch him in college?
I watched him a little bit, but I mean, it was more of the running game, because you know how Jim Harbaugh likes to play. He likes to play.
He got Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason. And look, you know, like the Ben Simmons thing when the rookie just gets behind the team for year one. Dude, he looks like he been behind the team learning the playbook, Nick. From what I've seen. And look, you got to remember, when these players make the NFL, they know each other, you know? He's watching Sam Darnold cook with this team. He got it, like, he had to have thought while watching football one day that he's better than Sam Darnold, no?
Yeah.
Dude.
Obviously the Vikings agreed too. They didn't offer Sam Darnold the bag.
Dude, and look, they didn't offer him the bag, and instead of paying Sam Darnold the max, they got Javon Hargrave, they got Ryan Kelly, Will Fries, and is that it?
And this is a hell of a roster. This is a hell of a roster. Listen, look, hey, bro, hey, listen, look. Quiet as kept, Mar. I think I've been on this show a bunch of times about saying Brian Flores is a defensive genius. Everything that he has got out of these dudes last year, everything that he's going to continue to get, you still got the number one wide receiver in the game, bar none. You still got Aaron Jones, who is a accident waiting to happen. He always gets injured, bro. I mean, it is what it is.
And then
at quarterback, you got JJ, you got Jordan Mason. Yo, bro, you got everything that you need, but at the same time, ain't nobody in the division won any playoff games last year. But we finished as the best division in the regular season. And I can understand why people would say that the Packers might be fourth in the division again this year if the Bears get their way. However, just to stay on the Vikings, defensively they still gonna be it, man. That 3-4 is legit. They defense is still gonna be it. I want to see what offensively they can do with JJ and Justin Jefferson up over the top. And they still got on Aaron Jones. So, I mean, they can do things, man. I'm like, listen, I don't know Vikings fans like that. So I'm all right. I'm all right admitting if Minnesota is better than us, bro. Like I'm cool with that because most of the Vikings fans are Canadians and shit. So
Oh, you funny, bro. But I'm telling you, Leaf, bro, this Vikings team, what did they didn't go like 7-1 at the beginning of the year last year or something like that?
Yeah. They started like 7-1 or what was it, 7-0 or something like that, and it started the season. But the thing about the Vikings is when they get early starts, they have this tendency to like fall off little by little. And we seen it towards the end of the season, bro. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that leaves room for us to slide into the playoffs because we still got youth and we still got things to work on. But at the same time, yeah, man, I can understand why people would think the Vikings will be team number 2 in the conference. The Lions are basically the class of the conference and everything still. So I mean, I can understand why, but. You know, the season could go
We
to
about to see if the Lions are class because when we go over the schedule, we'll see if we have the Vikings getting more wins than 10-12. Because I might, man.
So wait for just for Clarence, how many wins we got the Lions getting?
Well, it was 10-12.
10-12? Okay.
Yeah, we had it at 11.5, so that's like 10-12.
I didn't see that. Hold on. I gotta look at my schedule on my own. Hold on.
Yeah. Now we gave them. They had the NFC East and the AFC North, so they had a hard. Yeah, no. We gave them some else. we had them finishing at 11.5, which is probably lower for the Lions, you know, because like they probably view it as the division favorites, but. I don't know. We're gonna see if we got the Vikings and the Packers. The Bears is the throwaway team. They were 6-9. Now it's time to look at the Vikings schedule. Before we look at it, I want to tell y'all. I think they added multiple Pro Bowlers to their roster this year. Donovan Jackson is as good. Like I think Donovan Jackson rookie year is gonna be that good, bro. Like especially with what he has around him.
I agree.
Javon Hargrave, I don't know. We'll see if he can stay healthy. But like, this team is crazy. This team is crazy. This team is crazy. But
they got a hell of a roster.
Yeah, let's go to the schedule. Week 1, are we giving them a win the week 1 though?
Wait, who?
The Bears. Is that half a win or is that a win?
I think
that's a win. That's a win.
One.
That's a win.
You agree?
I guess.
That's a win.
I mean, that's a rookie quarterback week 1. Like, as much as I like JJ McCarthy, I am repeating myself, huh? Rookie quarterback week 1 against the Bears.
Rookie quarterback week 1 against the Bears. I guarantee him and the defense do numbers.
No, Nick, is that a half or a win to you?
That's a half.
Yeah, I think so too. What about
Falcons? They beaten.
All right, you agree with that?
Cincinnati.
Yeah, I agree with that. They beating the Falcons.
Cincinnati.
That's a half a win.
Nah, I feel like they beat Cincinnati, bro.
So we got them at 2 wins week 3. Like out of week 3, y'all think they get 2 of these?
Yes.
Okay.
They at least get 2.
So
I feel like they beat Pittsburgh. I mean,
Pittsburgh's always a half.
All right, Pittsburgh will give a half also because these are rookie.
Pittsburgh got Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. They beating them, bro.
He's a rookie quarterback going against Mike Tomlin.
They got Aaron Rodgers, bro. They beating them, bro. Come on.
If Mike Tomlin can do anything, he beats these rookie quarterbacks half the time. All right.
Cleveland, that's a win.
The question is, can he beat that defense? That's the question.
So Cleveland is 3.5.
Yep.
Yeah.
Philly.
That's a loss.
If anyone could beat Philly, though.
No, it's not them.
It's 3. Hold on, 3.5.
It's the Lions. It's the Lions beating Philly, bro. Not them.
You know what? I guess this will be JJ McCarthy's lesson, and he'll go back to if they make the playoffs and he's hot. Then whatever.
That's a tough stretch. Philly, Chargers, Detroit, Baltimore.
That's a tough stretch right there.
Look,
and then they got to play 2 division opponents.
They got to play within 4 days, bro. They're losing that Philly game.
They're They're losing.
Oh, are they losing that Chargers game because of that?
They got to fly to LA. Come on, bro. They got in 4 days.
They got to play the defending Super Bowl.
But I mean, they had a bye week before that though.
They had a bye week early in week 6. Come on, bro.
Bro, you got to tell your players to get ready, bro. Y'all see, y'all off, but y'all see next week we working the double. Yeah, y'all off this week. Next week we working the double. Be ready, y'all. But
they come off a bye week to play the champions.
You're not wrong, bro. That's a waste.
What are we doing? Definitely a waste of a bye.
But against the Chargers, I'll give them half a win. Look, they are fighting against a lot of odds. Look, they fighting against a lot of odds, but Leaf, they having the same conversation we having. Bro, these next 4 weeks, this next month about to be hard. If we win anything, we got to take the Chargers. At least, bro, it's a 50. No, I'm going to give them 50-50 against the Chargers, but the next couple games,
Detroit and Baltimore, those are ass whoopings.
Might be 4. Nate, what you think about Detroit?
That could, man. I don't know. I feel like Detroit just has been having Vikings number, bro.
They have.
They've been having the Vikings number. I mean,
all right. So we're gonna keep it at 4. And then the Bears. The Bears is
that yes, that's a win.
4.5.
They need that. That's a win.
I'm gonna give them 4.5.
I feel like they beat the Packers. In Green Bay, they beat the Packers.
I'm gonna give them 5.
At home in November? Fuck no, we winning that.
I'm gonna give them 5. We was at 4.5. I'm gonna give it 5.
Anything past mid-November, I got us winning against our division, bro. Hell with that.
Yeah, I'll put it at 5 wins.
Yeah, Seattle's a win.
I might agree.
Washington, Dallas, and New York is a win.
I'm gonna give New York is 7, and then Washington and Dallas 8. Like they're gonna win one of those two. They're not losing both of those. They're gonna be 8, at least 8.
8.
And then they play Lions in Green Bay.
All right, like a
9
to 12 win team.
Oh, 9. They could win 9 games, nigga. They could win 8.
8 to 11. I give them that. I'm not giving them over 12. No.
Right.
I'm not giving them over 11.
8 to 11 team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Detroit has the upper hand right now.
So really, it's just can the Packers get to like more than 11? Leaf is gonna be pushing agendas, but we're gonna try and stop them. But like we ain't gonna force it to stop. We ain't gonna force it. We ain't gonna force it, Leaf. But see what the Packers is.
I know exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna dominate.
This team cool. I think y'all did too much at wide receiver, bro. Like y'all never do nothing at wide receiver.
I got McCole Hardman too.
Bro, they trying like they crashing out at wide. Like, come on, bro. Y'all just getting them. Like, God, bro.
We needed a wide house, bro. What you talking about?
Do something about that defense, man.
That offensive line good. That offensive line good at least.
I mean, what's wrong with our defense? We bring back Gary. We bring back Rashawn Gary. We bring back Quake Walker.
Rashawn Gary.
We bring back McKinney. We bring back McDuffie. Van Ness is cool. I like the season that he had. Our defense smooth.
Oh, y'all got Nate. Oh, y'all got Nate Hobbs.
Yeah, we got Nate.
Yeah, Xavier McKinney was a superstar last year.
Mm-hmm.
Javon Bullard.
We still got Josh Jacobs. We still got Jaden Reed. Like we do.
That's the thing about this team. No, y'all got an offensive mind and weapons. Last year, y'all were a team. Y'all got so many like number 2s that like someone's a 1. Someone's a 1, bro. Matthew Golden is nice.
Matthew Golden is nice. Best wide receiver in the draft. Second best. Second best.
What's up, Nick?
That's their problem, though, bro. They don't got a number one wide receiver, and I feel like that's the issue.
And it's like they drafted multiple in the draft, and like I still almost feel like that.
Hey, bro, can't have it all, bro. I mean, we got some good speed, we got some good variety at wideouts. I mean, we got Dobbs is like wide receiver. He dumbed down to wide receiver 4. Golden has the perfect chance to dump up to wide receiver 1 because I think he got the best ability overall out of our whole wideout, out of all our wideouts.
He can separate him fast, yeah.
Y'all about to either get rid of y'all might get rid of Dobbs or Watson. That's the two that I see getting traded maybe by a trade deadline to somebody who needs a wide receiver.
I see probably Dobbs. We probably might get rid of them both. I don't know. Possible.
All right, who runs the most gimmick plays on? That's the thing about this Packers team. Okay, so they got Matthew Golden to separate.
Mm-hmm.
Jaden Reed is not bad at separating. Also, Kristen Watson gets open deep. McCole Hardman and Savion Williams, they played a similar role. Savion's going to be Deebo Samuel, but McCole Hardman's going to be Luther Burden. That's what I compared Luther Burden to earlier. When I say he plays like Deebo, but like Swifty and McCole Hardman, like Kadarius Toney reminds me of McCole Hardman, but more talented. And Savion Williams reminds me of Deebo Samuel, but less talented. So like
they put Jenkins at center.
Yeah, and Jenkins.
Don't got no choice. I think
Yeah, he requested a trade or they pay him like the best guard in the league because the centers get paid less.
Yeah.
And so like he's demanding a trade or y'all pay him like the best guard in the league before y'all put him at center and gaslight him that he's a center.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, knowing our front office and our coaching staff, we might mess around and do that.
Yeah. This team is literally just y'all quarterback, weapons, and offensive mind. Literally. But like that's literally where the NFL is. So
yeah. I don't have no problem with it. I mean, hold on, wait, go back up.
Yeah.
I mean, we still got we still got backups for backups for backups for backups. You know what I'm saying? So I think
at wide receiver, at quarterback, I agree with that. But like, you need starters at corner, dude. Oh, Carrington Valentine, who is
he? Need starters. I don't know.
But at the same time, is this depending on like where this Packers team stands, free agents and trades might be a place for this team at that exact position. Let's look at that.
All right. Listen. We're gonna get down to it right now. Who, in y'all opinion, has the best defense in the NFC North?
The Vikings.
The Vikings. Who's the best offense in the NFC North?
Detroit.
Mm-hmm. Who's the best quarterback?
Jordan Love.
I almost want to say Caleb Williams.
No, Jordan Love.
I think Caleb Williams might perform better though this year. My
thing is, I don't know enough about JJ McCarthy. I haven't seen him enough to.
Really that's why I'm giving it to Jordan Love now. If it's JJ McCarthy down the line, obviously he's gonna get the Justin Jefferson tax, but I would still give him the nod if he's playing good. But as of right now, Jordan Love.
Yeah.
All right, let's do the schedule.
Yeah. Well, yeah, bro. That's really what it comes down to. Week 1 against the Lions, that's a 50-50.
Yeah, that's a 50-50 game.
Commanders,
Commanders, that's gonna be a shootout, but I think we should probably win that game by like.
What do you think about the Commanders? Is that a 50-50, Nick?
Yeah, that's 50-50.
So they're 1-2 the first 2 weeks. That's cool.
What?
No, they're 1-1 the first 2 weeks.
1-1.
Yeah,
1-1.
They're gonna be 2-1. They're gonna be
2-1.
They'll be 3-1. They're gonna be Dallas too. They'll be 3-1.
3-1. So then we got a bye week early. We come off that bye week. We see Cincinnati. We should be able to put a foot in their ass easy.
That's 50.
I almost want to give them 2.5 at Dallas, yo. But like
Nah. They always have the
3-1.
number.
Oh yeah, you right. No, you literally right.
Dak Prescott literally is a fucking choker against fucking Green Bay, bro.
Green Bay don't got a defense for him to choke against. That's what I'm looking at it as. But like historically,
they didn't either in that wild card round, and guess what? They fucking belt the ass.
Oh man, dude, I'll give it to y'all, bro. So Green Bay is what? They're beating the Bengals.
They'll be 4-1.
Beating the Bengals. We'll be 5-1.
Cardinals 5-1. Pittsburgh's iffy, so that's 5.5.
Yeah, Pittsburgh is always Pittsburgh.
No, we beating them. We beating Carolina.
Y'all should beat them, but Pittsburgh.
We got one loss coming up at Philly. We're beating the Giants.
7.5.
Yep.
Minnesota's
we're not calling that half. We're beating the Giants. I don't give a damn with nobody.
Yeah. But Minnesota, I'll give
it. So Minnesota
8.
That might be an L.
8, but it's a 50-50. No, 50-50 on Minnesota 8.
Yeah.
Oh no! I'm not 50-50 on Minnesota because we played them after the 16th of November. We winning that.
Yeah, and this is exactly why it's 50-50. 8. Well,
this is 8. Detroit's 8.5. Chicago's 9.
Broncos Nation.
Our country, let's ride.
Is that 9? Is that 10? Is that 9.5? We'll put it at 9.5. We'll split
9.5. 10 with Chicago, losing to Baltimore. 10.
You got us losing to Baltimore that late?
Thing is, I'll give a 10.5 against Chicago though, Nick.
So we got 10 wins during the season?
This is a 9-12-1 team. It looked like.
Y'all do got the easier schedule out of the whole.
Yeah, bro. This is like while they have like the easier schedule, their team is where the NFL is. Offensive minded coach, weapons, quarterback, and Josh Jacobs makes the team balance. Really, if the Packers start off 5-1 like we say, they're gonna add a player on defense. Like somebody's gonna request a trade there. If they're clicking like we said, off a bye week, maybe as soon as the bye week, they could after the Browns is their Super Bowl. If they beat the Browns, beat the Dallas, and go in a bye week, they could talk to the Browns like, hey, Myles Garrett, what up with him? What up with him? You feel me? Y'all boys 0-3. Week 5 on the bye week, be
honest with you, bro. I don't know how NFL trades work, but if it worked the way you say it do, Myles Garrett, come on down.
Yeah, that's usually how. Yeah, that's usually how.
Myles Garrett will be our new age Reggie White. We got Reggie White, and then we won the whole thing.
Yeah. No, literally, that's how NFL deals work. You have to convince a player mid-year to come here and like just give up on first round pick and buy into the year. Because if the Packers is 6-1 like we said, you may as well like, especially if they were to like get Jalen Ramsey because he's about to get released. If they were to like just sign Jalen Ramsey and trade for defensive linemen and honestly trade one of those receivers too. But no. This Packers team, I underrated them beginning of the episode. A big part of the NFL is your schedule and who you play. Who's in front of you in like this Packers team? Not a bad team. And they playing a lot of teams that finished third in their division last year. That's one thing about the NFL. Depending on where you finished, that's what you play. And they're in such a talented division that like.
So just to end it off, are we the best division of football for the second year in a row?
Probably. Like starting, yeah, probably because I thought y'all were closer to last. Yes, no. You know why? I thought y'all were closer to last than first.
Right.
And in this episode, y'all ended in first.
No, they ended up tied with the Lions because we predicted
top with the Lions. Yeah.
So we either had the Lions or the Packers winning. All right, Lions defense or Packers defense?
Lions.
Lions.
And Lions offense is better than the Packers, so Lions win in the division. There we go. We had the Lions win in the division.
I don't think it's as easy as that.
He's just using that as a tiebreaker, which I understand.
Yeah, no, I know, but I think like I'll be honest with you, bro. Like with everything that's going on with the Lions, just in terms of everything that they got coming back, bro, and everything that they will have in terms of their pieces that they got coming back. Do y'all really trust Jared Goff?
That's what the whole beginning of the episode was. I was saying they should have took Shadur, bro. He was like,
I got
listen.
I got a hot take.
All right, this I gotta hear. Hold on. Let me hear this.
Vikings are last in the NFC North.
I got a hot take.
What's up?
The Vikings if first in the NFC North.
I got a hot take.
You say you hot take.
The Packers is winning the NFC.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
My whole thing is with that hot take. Ever since I've been watching football, every other year, bro, Minnesota has a really good season, and then next season they dump off.
They down season, that's a fact.
Dump off.
That's a historic fact. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like they shit the bed. Like that is a fact.
That is a fact.
Oh man, what division? We did 2 divisions today, man. What division we got next?
I mean, we gotta do something in the NFC, right? The East or the West.
Or the West. Yeah, let's do the West next. Yeah. Let's do it. Yeah. I want to save the East for last, but because people keep trying to disturb me because I believe that the best quarterback in the NFC East is Jaden Daniels. I said it. I'm saying it again. Listen, I really don't care what Philly does. We all know Saquon is one of the major reasons, bro, why they wanted to Super Bowl in the first place in their defense. They had arguably one of the most balanced Super Bowl teams ever. Somebody on defense should have got Super Bowl MVP, but it is what it is, man. But they did give up pieces, but that's my whole take on that NFC East. So I mean, but as far as my take on what we talking about now, I got the Packers winning the NFC.
Yeah.
And I don't have Kansas City going back to another Super Bowl ever.
Of course you don't, and nobody.
I wouldn't say ever, but
ever.
I don't see them going this season.
Oh man, I can't wait to talk about the AFC. But in the AFC, bro, we were talking about is this the best division? The AFC West added Omarion Hampton, Jahdae Barron, and Ashton Jeanty.
I mean, but you still got the Raiders though.
Ashton Jeanty, yes, they added 3 blue chip players in the AFC West. I think they added 3 superstars in the AFC West in this draft. Leaf Omarion Hampton is a superstar. Ashton Jeanty is the biggest question to me. I understand he was crazy at college, but like his play style, how it translates in the NFL,
right?
Some players just don't translate. Omarion Hampton, his burst, he's gonna translate, and he's a receiving back. He's good at catching the ball out the backfield, so like that always gonna work in the NFL.
Who he played for?
The Chargers. The
Chargers.
Yeah.
And I do believe that Jim Harbaugh is going to run the ball more, and that's going to relieve a lot more pressure off him.
That's why J.K. Dobbins broke out. J.K. Dobbins had his best.
Omarion Hampton better than J.K.
I mean, but you do got to take a lot of but here's the thing, you do got to take a lot of pressure off of Herb, bro, because I mean Herb has to get better in late game situations. I'm sorry. He has to get
better, and they got Omarion Hampton with that whole line and Jim Harbaugh.
But listen, with this, they gotta get like what Leaf was saying. They gotta get like Justin Herbert gotta get better with late game situations because if you're down, you're not gonna run the ball. You know what I mean? Granted, you did pick up Omarion Hampton, but Justin Herbert's got to prove himself that he's a top 10 quarterback in this league and. I've been saying it for fucking years, and nobody wanted to listen to me. And now look what happened.
Let's have some fun, man. Let's do it. Would you rather real quick, and then
let's do that. Yeah, let's do that.
All right, we got to hurry so because I gotta go take a shower.
Yeah, I got a would you rather for you. It's the Baker Mayfield edition. I'm gonna name you several players. You tell me would you rather them or Baker Mayfield. Justin Herbert.
So it's my go. Okay. Give me Baker because he won a playoff game.
Okay. Tua.
Baker.
CJ Stroud.
CJ.
Jalen Hurts.
Hurts.
Kyler Murray.
Damn. Oh man. Give me Bake.
Sam Darnold.
Bake.
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love.
Of course. Yeah. No. Okay. I just wanted to see what you think if Baker or Justin Herbert. Like that is a.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. The fact that I like rather Baker right now, just off the strength that Justin Herbert is supposed to be on this trajectory and playoff wise, he hasn't done anything. Yeah, Herb got to get it together, bro. Like he got to clean this up.
Yeah. But thank you everybody for tuning in. We're at the point where we're talking about the AFC West more than the NFC North right now. So we're done with this episode. We recorded the NFC South right before this episode 217. So make sure if you enjoyed what we talked about this episode, you agreed with what we had to say about this episode, so go ahead and tune in to what we said about the last division. And thank you everybody for tuning in. Have a nice day and God bless.